You also touched on earlier that you realized that it wasn't about you. And there's so many entrepreneurs that don't get that. And I will be the first to admit that while I might have been the visionary founder and had the idea, the real magic of my company was the team around me. So let's talk about, because I know this is not just about you. Tell me about Singer's Company. Tell me about the team. I want to hear what
Well,
does it
I'll
take
tell
to
you,
make the machine tick over there?
I would say originally it's my husband. He has his own, like, he is the owner of Album Surfboards and he has his own brand. He was a surfer growing up and he had a passion for that. He started in marketing a branding firm. So he is a wealth of knowledge. And I'm like, our date nights on Friday nights are board meetings. And
Such
even
entrepreneurs. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
even this morning, it's like, oh, I'm feeling this way. And we just bump back and forth ideas. But really, the visual of Singer's Company, like that little girl, our little girl logo. I mean, I love the color pink. That's my favorite color. So, of course, Singer's Company is pink. But he did that. He did everything originally. Now we have other people because he's way too busy. So but I still go to him just, because he's seen it for our own girls. And this is a whole nother level, Frank. Watch this. Okay, so I have a daughter. It's gonna blow you away. I have a daughter. She's 22. She is in the nursing program at BYU. Very hard to get into. She's going to be amazing. We're so proud of her. But she needed to earn money this summer, and she could work full time somewhere. So this is how like the blessing of Singer's Company in a director's life, in a franchisee's life. So I said, all right, Annie, come. I don't do summer camps with my girls because I'm too busy. But you come home. You can do the summer camps. We have them all written for just like we do for all the other franchisees. And you could do those. And in 1 week, so she did 3 summer camps. In that time, she worked, the total time she was teaching the girls was 36 hours. Okay. She spent 36 hours of teaching. She made over $10,000.
That is amazing.
So it just, like, you ask who's part of the team. It's my husband. The blessings seep into my family. Like the little logo girl is my daughter, Sadie, my second daughter. That's like done after Sadie because she always had those 2 little pigtails. So you look at our logo, and then we call her Sadie, the Singer's Company girl. And my youngest daughter is 4 and she's going to be starting Singer's Company this September. But so my husband, number one. Number 2 is a shout out to my dear friend who, a couple years in, it just really was meant to be. She doesn't live by me anymore. She lives about an hour away in Carlsbad, but her name's Carrie DeMitz, and she's now one of the owners. She's earned a little bit of the ownership because she's just, she calls me the dreamer and the performer, and she's the cross the T's, dot the I's. She's a director relations. The directors love her. We call her kind of the mom of Singer's Company. She takes care of everybody. She's helped with the processes. I mean, we built our own platform. We don't use any other software of anyone. We built
Nice.
our own, like, directors log in. They get everything right there. And so Carrie is number 1. So I would say there's probably 3 executives. My husband, he's really not as involved because, again, his brand is like blowing up right now. But my husband, me, and Carrie. And then we have 7 wonderful women who some of them have been previous directors, but they, for health reasons, had to put their passions in it, and most of them are directors. Probably, I think 6 out of the 7 are current directors, but they've just become really good in certain areas, and we've noticed that. And so we've reached out to, like, our first franchisee is now head of our mentoring. So when you become a Singer's Company director, you're connected to the mentoring program, and she has a couple directors that she works with that train our new franchisees and are like basically their best friend, like forever. Like if you have a question, so 24/7 mentoring. Obviously, that first year it's really heavy, with the
Mhm.
training, and just, this is new territory. But then for the life of your franchise, you always have your mentor to reach out to, and to us too. But anyway, so one, and then the other one just handles, so we have about 7 women that are directors that are phenomenal women. They are driven by the mission first, but are all very successful with their franchises. and they have become our executive team. And it's brilliant. It's awesome. And they get it from the inside out. And it's a well-oiled machine. I mean, there is not one person, Frank, in all of these years that has worked full-time on Singer's Company.
Wait, say that again?
There is not one person, not even me, who has worked full-time on, meaning like an 8-hour day. We all live in different states. We are running this company like we're all moms first. Not all of us, that's not true. But like we're all like, this is very part-time. It is a well-oiled machine. It could scale tomorrow, but I have 6 kids and the age range is huge. I have a husband that has bred. So it's all been just kind of like, it's just been organic. All of it's been organic.
So natural. So is there something about this growth where you're like, you want to have this controlled expansion, right? But what would get you, I mean, but you have 62 franchises in 19 states. So is there a strategy on how, do you want to scale more quickly, or kind of where's your head at in this growth?
I'm a really faith-driven person. And so a lot of the decisions of my life are very much just tied to God and where he wants me to go and where he wants to take the things that, he's helped me create. And so I've just always had faith. We're very family, like family is everything. I chose to bring my husband and I chose to bring these children into the world. Like our dedication is to them first. So even my day, when I wake up in the morning, I wake up really early. I'm a mom first, which means I'm doing my mom duties first. I'm taking my time to, be in my scriptures and meditate. And then I'm doing a load of laundry. And then I'm making breakfast for my kids to get them out the door. And then I'm prepping for dinner. And then I go to work, and that's what's worked, putting those priorities first. And so I just have faith that I know the potential of this. I mean, I've had people around me, I know it's huge. It's massive. It could be very quickly and very easily. We could handle just alone our little infrastructure. We could handle double what we're doing, like no problem.
But it's not about that.
It's about that if it's supposed to go that way. Mm-hmm. I know that I'm not going to admit, like, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I was never like, when I put on the hat in 2011 of CEO, I'm like, what do CEOs do? But I know and in the meantime, I'm like, should I go get my MBA? What should I do? So I read a couple of books. One of them is my personal MBA or something.
Oh yeah.
And I remember reading that book. There's been a couple of them, like the E-Myth.
We could talk about the E-Myth for an hour.
So like I've read certain books and as I'm reading them, it's so funny to me. It's like, Singer's Company is in chapter 20. Like we're there. Like we're already there. Like this whole book is about finding the concept to go and scale and make millions of dollars. And like, you need to start with this. And it's just so funny. I'm like all the things they were telling me to do in personal MBA. I'm like, oh, it was like such a second nature to me. Like it was just already in me to like run. So anyway, I've never gotten funding. Everything has been completely organic growth. We've never been in debt. We've never and so I'm not nervous. Like if an investor wanted to come in and really blow this thing up, it doesn't make me nervous now. You know what I mean? But I'd want to make sure that the mission always stayed intact, that we never left that. And so that's what makes me a little nervous, is someone that sees the dollar signs, but can't, you know what I mean? And at the expense of, well, let's, cut costs here, let's cut costs here, or let's just do this faster. And it's like, no, you're going to miss the growing girl.
Yeah. How would that make you feel because
I would never let that happen. I think if I'm so open to anything, and I know that I would be led in the right direction if someone approached me and said, look, I love what you're doing. More girls need this now more than ever, which is true. Mm-hmm. We've just never put thousands and thousands of thousands and thousands of tens of thousands into marketing. We never have. It's kind of word of mouth. It's that mom moving away and reaching back out because she wants the program there. it's very mission driven. And I know there's a point that I'll probably have to step down as CEO sometime, and because it needs to get to more people. It needs to get past our country. It needs to, like, it could be a wonderful vehicle of teaching English to, you know, teaching English through song is, I mean, there's so many, I've had a couple of people approach me here and there about things, and I'm open to anything, but it is a well-oiled machine ready. Like when I see it and feel it, or when the opportunity comes, I just know that I'll know in my heart which opportunity to take or what to do. And just like I've been led up to this point. So
thank you for tuning into the Emerging Franchise Brands podcast. For additional insights, guest applications, and to stay connected, visit us at efbpodcast.com. The Emerging Franchise Brands podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed do not necessarily represent those of Emerging Franchise Brands, its host Frank Fiume, or Emerging Franchise Group LLC. Any discussed franchise or investment opportunity requires thorough investigation, obtaining proper disclosure documents, and expert consultation before making any investment decisions. The podcast and its host do not offer professional advice or endorsements, and they hold no responsibility for actions, representations, accuracy, or consequential damages related to the podcast content.